Good evening, everybody. What's up? This is Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar. I know it's a bit later than my normal time, and that is because this is motivated by current events. Yes. So, first of all, big shout outs to the customers of the AfricanSuperstar.com. I appreciate your patronage over 3 good years in business, no problems, high quality products. Make sure you stop by the AfricanSuperstar.com. Much love to our members only who support the platform on a monthly basis, and they are designated by the circle next to their name. And last but not least, the African superstar music lovers who are making big things happen with our music. So, guys, please make sure I have noticed that you guys have started submitting the votes. Well done. I think Michelle motivated the team as she sent 500 all by herself. So I have noticed I check the votes every day, and they have increased since yesterday. So big shout outs to those of you guys that are supporting on the votes. Please don't forget to send a little something to the GoFundMe. Yes, because I've traveled to South Africa. So please don't forget. Any proceeds going on currently on the channel, all my proceeds are going towards South Africa. And you guys may not know my birthday is on the 26th of June. Yes. So I would ask if any of you guys, sometimes you guys send me gifts or ask, what would you like African Superstar contribute to the goal at hand currently, which is South Africa. Send votes, send support to the GoFundMe, shop at the website, purchase the EP, any of that stuff. Okay, guys? Big shout outs to the African Superstar family. Let's see who's in here first today. ATM Tim. Okay. So obviously you guys see it's a bit later than my normal time. And that is because I had the pleasure of doing a video with O'Shea Duke Jackson on his King Ghana channel. And so a lot of you guys know that O'Shea and I are pretty good friends and things like that. Yesterday we worked on a couple videos that he'll release eventually. So he brought out the first one. And I was kind of talking about the transformation of Ghana and how I've seen it change over the years and in the diaspora and so on and so forth. So naturally, him and Dynas, they kind of have this, they have a large Black American audience and they have a lot of FBA, these foundational Black American folks on their channel. And the foundational Black Americans, I don't know why. They have just such a strong opinion of members of the diaspora that are living on the continent, promoting the continent, involved with various African communities. And, it is what it is. Tonight's topic is, are Black men ready for the natural hair that they talk about? Shout outs to the family. Yes, if you're here, make your presence be known because this is going to be a hot topic. So this is a very complex thing. When I think about like my teenage days, I remember how boys would talk about how they didn't like girls with fake hair and they didn't like girls that wore nail extensions and things like that. And they would, obviously the women that they were pursuing look just like what they said they don't like. And I think that still goes on to this day. A lot of men are very critical of women in general. It's difficult for us to really, pin down what it is they want. And I would advise, obviously, my viewers, the opinion of the person that you're in a relationship with is paramount. You don't need to have a consensus across the board. Everybody doesn't need to prove your looks or, your body shape or whatever. As long as the person who maybe the people you're interested in respond to you, or the person that you're in relationship is, happy with that or whatever, that's what really matters. But I would say there's a huge paradox with Black men because they criticize you under one arm and then they criticize you under the other. So anyway, as the playback of O'Shea and our video was going on, there was a lot of comments in the chat room, naturally. He's got that channel's pretty big. It's about like 60,000 subscribers. So it's a lot of folks. And there were, obviously these Black American guys, several of them, commenting on my afro, talking about, I didn't do my hair. What's wrong with my hair? Basically, they don't like it. And These are the same guys that would complain about women wearing weaves or wigs. And it's like, well, what do you expect? Like, this is my natural hair. This is my natural hair. No chemicals in it, you know, things like that. This is my afro. I'm comfortable in my afro. My man likes my afro. So I think it's great, you know? And I would say that obviously you have to be a part of the change you want to see. If I wasn't a confident person, these kind of comments or this kind of discourse, it could really discourage a person from maybe wanting to. I've had the conversation with many ladies that would probably like to wear their hair in natural styles, but they're afraid of the backlash. They're afraid of the backlash of their peers, maybe their, you know, spouse or the workplace, you know. And it's really unfortunate that we as Black women, you know, we have this very complex relationship with hair. Like, we can't just get up and go. White girls get up and go. You know, half the time they look like they done rolled out of the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, legit. Sometimes they don't wash their hair, gets oily, it's nasty. You know, but society, there's no pressure on the white woman of how she styles her hair. And even if she does do, you know, avant-garde styles, colors, and, you know, mohawks or design or whatever they do, you know, there's no pressure on them. Everything we do is scrutinized. Meanwhile, I'm talking about a pretty serious topic. I'm always tasteful. I'm always positive. I'm always articulate. I'm always on my block. You know, I don't talk about things I don't know. I don't say I'm going to do things that I don't do. But all of that is being overshadowed because of people's fixation of my hair or analysis of my hair. And, you know, the thing is, like, in my case, I wear a variety of styles. Obviously, you guys know I have my signature braids. Sometimes I wear crochet. I wear colors, you know. But I think that it's important that I showcase the variety of hair, because at the end of the day, this is my natural hair. And actually, for me, Afro hair is it's so easy to manage, really. I mean, it's so easy. You know, when you're used to going to the salon and sitting for hours to get your hair braided, and then you have to take it down, and then it's itching, and then, you know, and it's like, you know, I go to the gym, so you got all this hair and it's hot. You know, it's very involved. The fro, you know, put a little water on it, put a little oil on it, you know, pick it out sometimes. It's not necessary. Make sure you wash it once a week. Put some little twists in if you want some. I mean, it's so easy. So I actually love wearing my natural hair, and I actually think it's just like, and sometimes I think, wow, I wish I was, you know, able to enjoy this sooner, you know, just the ease of my own hair. A lot of Black women feel like it's tedious and it takes a lot of products and all that stuff. I don't have that situation with my fro. I mean, you know, it's really get up and go for me. It really is easy. So I wonder, do Black men really know what they want? Are they ready? Because they do bring up this hair issue quite a bit. They do. I've seen it on, you know, some of my videos, some of my other videos. If I'm wearing my braids, if I'm wearing the blonde color braids or pink hair, it's like, oh, she doesn't love herself. You know, she's wearing weave. She's got these extensions on her hair. It's blonde. It's pink. Is that African styles? Okay, then I'm wearing my fro and it's, oh, you're wearing a fro. You need to do your hair. And it's just like, bro, come on. You know what I mean? You guys need to practice what you preach at the end of the day. You know, you say one thing and you do another thing, and nobody knows what the hell is going on. And I'm always concerned for the person who is very impressionable. So let's say there's a woman who is not confident, which I think, for instance, is probably the case here in Africa, because I see a lot of, probably I'd say the majority of Ghanaian women are wearing wigs, you know, weaves in some cases, but wigs. Wigs are popular here. Wigs are popular among the African diaspora. And I've had some of them come and make remarks about, wow, I love your fro. Wow, your hair is really long. Oh, I wish I would wear my hair out. And they're uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable to wear their natural hair because of the backlash, because of the comments. And I can imagine how frustrating that might be if, like, your significant other is discouraged. Now, see, my man loves my fro. See, I done already told you, from my experience, men here on the continent prefer natural hair a bit more than Western Black men. Western Black men are totally indoctrinated with what we're supposed to look like. Okay. And might I add that not that long ago, okay, this afro, this is how probably most of your parents were wearing their hair in the 60s and 70s. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. And it's a sign of Black power. It's a sign of being comfortable in your skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a sign of confidence. And that's why, we've been discouraged from being comfortable in our own skin and always feeling like we need something added in. We need the makeup, we need the hair, we need the clothes, we need the shoes, we need the new cell phone, we need the car. Many Black people do not feel complete. They wouldn't even step out of the house in their own skin and their own hair without makeup, just there, And so that's tonight's topic. Are Black men ready for the natural hair? They complain a lot about weaves, wigs, and, Black women. They could just complain about everything, really. You can't be too skinny. You can't be too fat. You can't be, if you're light or dark. The hair, I mean, and it's a lot of pressure for some people. And I know that it affects others, because just imagine if you are a woman that, it takes courage. And then also, I would say this, if you're not used to the way that you look naturally, okay, so you're used to wearing your wigs all the time, or always having braids, or always having your hair styled, it does take some adjusting to get used to the way that you look when you're wearing your natural hair, because you're used to a different look in the mirror all the time. You plan your outfits thinking how your hair is going to be, when you want to go out, everything, your earrings, everything is like connected to how your hair looks. So imagine the woman who's kind of mustered up the courage to do this, grow her dreadlocks out, wear her afro, buzz cut her hair, whatever. And then she's just met with a barrage of negativity. That is not encouraging women to embrace their natural hair. And again, you've got to look at prominent Black men in positions of power. I'll give it to Barack. Michelle is a Black woman. She also wore a variety of styles. She definitely wears more natural looking styles now than when she was in the White House. But, her hair was always done. You know what I'm saying? She was always laid to the side. But a lot of these prominent Black men, the women that they have are not a reflection of the fact that they want natural hair, or that they even want Black women at all. And if you are a celebrity, or you're someone prominent, or you're in the public eye, that's an opportunity, for you to showcase something that is influential. Okay. A lot of today's celebrities and prominent people, they back away from the responsibility of being in the spotlight. They back away from being role models and leaders. They don't want to be it. But although it's just an intrinsic part of you being in the spotlight, what you do can be influential a lot of the times. We as Black, that's our platform. Have you noticed that I talk about Black love, and the men that I've been involved with, Black love? Now, in the words of Jay-Z, you could be anywhere right now. Okay. I could be with anybody. If I was like some of you guys, I might swirl. I might even have a girlfriend, just because, hey, whatever. But I have strategically chosen that in my example, in my aesthetic, it's going to be a certain way or not, which is my clothing line, Black Lovers Stay Single, for me. You see, I understand that I'm a role model. I understand that I'm influential. I understand that people are looking at me and maybe admiring me or modeling themselves after me. And so I'm not going to miss that opportunity to showcase how it can be, how it ought to be, what I want to be perpetuated. I want Black love to be perpetuated. You know, I want the team, the bond between Black men and Black women. And I'm going to use my platform to perpetuate it. You know, but many Black men that are in these positions are not doing the same. They don't have the same attitude. A lot of them, they have the attitude of, I'm my own man and I'm doing my own thing and I don't have any obligation to anybody else. And so they further perpetuate this unrealistic standard of beauty that many Black women are trying to aspire to, because they want to be pleasing and attractive to their men or men that they're interested in. Okay. And so, you know, as always, I charge you guys to align your ideology and your beliefs with the way you live your life. If Black men were serious about Black women with natural hair, they would pedestalize these women. They would pedestalize these women. And it would just be just that simple. The trends would change just like that. Everybody would want to be like this person. Let's use, for instance, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. There's a lot of young ladies now that Kim Kardashian is kind of their beauty standard. They've even gotten into augmenting their bodies, okay, and things like that to look like her. Now, just imagine that Kanye came to the scene with an ultra chocolatey wife, natural hair, you know, that kind of image. That would be very, very powerful. But that's not what he chose to do. And so I think everybody has a hand in it, but I'll say this. I'm very comfortable in my natural hair, and I don't give a damn what y'all think about my front, whatever. Okay? And I don't know why, again, men that will criticize the women who are wearing the weaves and the wigs and all that stuff, and in the same breath, you know, they just have so many parameters as to who you need to be. Meanwhile, a lot of you, the non-Black women you get with, they don't have all those parameters. Hello. They got bad hygiene, bad breath, you know, reputations a mile long. Y'all don't care about none of that. You know, it's really an oxymoron. Why can't your word be your word? Why can't you do and say as you do? You know, I personally know the answer. I think that any person, any Black person that is adverse to our natural hair has self-esteem issues and may even suffer from self-hate. Because again, what is really wrong with you in your natural form? You know, so I'm only Gina if I add on stuff. No, quite contrary. This is the raw. This is the raw. Okay? If I choose, and I do, you know what I'm saying? I'm a glamorous girl. I doll up all the time. I get my makeup done. I get my hair done. All those kind of things. That's all optional, you see? That's all optional. It's not required. I can go out in public like this the same way I can when I'm dressed up. I'm not bound by that stuff. But I understand how it could be very, very discouraging. So that's what I'm talking about tonight. Okay, let me check the comments. There's just a few of you guys in the chat room. ATM Tim, what's up, Lockavelli? What's up, Janelle? I see you there, family. Yes. Maggie says we must love our style. And Janelle is saying, make sure you hit the likes and greet. Yeah, because there's a lot of you in the chat room and a lot of you viewing and only a couple of you in the chat room. Do Black men, you know, do they know what they really want? Do they really know? Do they really know? And, because, for instance, I love Black people and I love Black men and I love myself, I like that reflection. You know what I mean? To me, there is no other counterpart for me, you know. And I think that a lot of Black men have a lot of issues with Black women because of themselves. You know, they lack the confidence to also be themselves. They get infuriated when they see others embracing themselves and being themselves because they don't have that liberty. And I won't say, in the chat room there was a couple gentlemen that were making comments, but there were also some women in there that I know is wigged up. I know you're wigged up, and you probably wouldn't even have the courage to go out with your natural hair, ever. and I mean, I would say also to those of you guys that want to explore your natural hair, it's so liberating. And it sends a strong message to people around you that you are okay in your skin. You've realized that you don't need anything else to be complete. You're already whole. The fact that there's something inferior, or the fact that you need additives, accessories, or whatever to be appropriate, it's all a marketing thing, and it's not applicable to anybody else. I mean, when wearing my fro is very, very empowering for me, super empowering. And it's revolutionary. Even here in Ghana, it's very revolutionary. On an average day, if I look around, I won't see too many afros. And when I first came to Africa and I would be wearing my afro, then they would say, the ladies with the salons on the roadside, they would just be like, oh, they'll give me their card, or they'll be like, oh, I do braiding, ask to say I'm wearing my fro because I'm going to get my hair done. Like, there's no way I'm out in public wearing my fro. They don't do that so much anymore now, because I think there are a lot more natural styles, and many of the diaspora that comes here, they rock, the locks or the fros or different natural styles and things like that. So I think, the image here is changing slowly but surely with the natural hair thing. But I mean, I have seen from men here on the continent, they love natural hair. I've never had any African man here in Africa make any comment apart from a compliment about my natural hair. I mean, it's really like an aphrodisiac to them. Like, natural hair, they love it. The fro it gets a lot of attention. The negative comments I've ever heard from Black men about natural hair is naturally those in the West. Let's see what else. There's some new comments in here. Hello, family. Let's see here. Superstar Bella says no. Most of them are not ready. They want biracial looking hair, not coarse hair. Janelle says they want a natural, traditional, and righteous woman, but sliding into OnlyFans DMs. And see, that's the paradox. They say one thing and they do the other. They say they want this kind of woman, XYZ. They don't want a thought. They don't want a, gangster girl, hood girl, baby mama with umpteen children. But that's who they get with. That's who they have kids with. Why are you complaining about low-class women and the things that low-class women do? You're involving with them. Your counterparts, they're probably boring, or they have expectations. If I'm an OnlyFans girl, or I'm a stripper like Cardi B, yeah, you can just, do whatever you want to do. You can shack up with me. You can knock me up. You can insult me. You can do all kind of nonsense, cheat and do all this stuff. Because, hey, my standards are not high. A lot of those ladies suffer from low self-esteem, even they'll tell you. And that's who they go for. Not to call this lady, I'm going to cite this recent current event, not to call her low class, but recently there's this lady at Home Depot going viral because apparently, I guess she posted her address or something like that. And Shaq reached out to this Home Depot clerk. And it's like, okay, you are a, Hall of Fame basketball star, famous person. And, that lady, I mean, she was a beautiful girl, but clearly she's not your caliber in terms of counterparts, in terms of the echelons you're familiar with. But that's the paradox. And it's just really, it's unfortunate, because Black men don't realize that until they create some cohesion in the community, it will never be there. There are many, many loyal women in the community that want to see the community thrive and see Black families thrive and see Black men be great. And I don't know if there's the same fraction of Black men that want that. Because while we're, pushing forward with this B1 agenda, Black love, back to Africa, Pan-African, they're passport rowing and they're going to Asia. And they're going, it's just like, where is the disconnect? I don't know. Big shout outs to the family. Yasika says, natural hair women in the limelight: Grace Jones, Tracy Chapman, Lauryn Hill. Be comfortable in your own skin. Natural beauty is supreme. Bella says, Black women have always changed their look. Natural one day, wig next day, braids. Versatility is our thing. We have an amazing grade of hair that allows us to do so many styles, and it's just remarkable. Nobody has that ability the way that we do, and the creativity that goes into our hair, absolutely unbelievable. And I think practicing the versatility is amazing. It's what I do. I think that it's only problematic when you are uncomfortable in your own natural hair and you don't also incorporate that into your variety of styles. You know what I mean? Realistically, I'm not going to be natural 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't perm my hair or anything, but I like braided styles. That's one of my favorite styles. And I do my hair for various events I go to. I like a variety of styles. I like my hair looking polished and all of that. And, I like the way I feel when I go to the hair salon. So I'm not saying that, I'm going to 100% be froed every day, and it's one of the reasons, like, for instance, I don't do dreadlocks because dreadlocks is a real commitment to that particular look. I know that they do have ways they can add braids in and do various styles and all that. But to me, that's just not my thing. I mean, I think it's amazing. A lot of my girlfriends have dreads and stuff. But, I think that the hair styles only become problematic when you're covering up who you are. You're not doing it as a fashion statement, and you're not doing it because you like the versatility and stuff like that. You're doing it because you're ashamed of your own hair. You think your own hair is inferior. And you wouldn't want to be out in public with your own hair. And that's the problem. That's a problem. That's a self-esteem problem. And so for, people, we need to be supportive of our people doing them things. Even if you don't like something, guys, even if you can't do something, it doesn't mean you should slam the next person because they're doing their best thing. Because I always tell y'all don't need everybody to be a fan of what you do. Okay? You just need to connect with the people that will. Because realistically, everybody ain't going to like what you're doing, especially if you're going on certain pathways. You're talking about things that are taboo or controversial. You may not have a lot of people around you that agree. And you don't need to. Like I said, if these people that were commenting on O'Shea's video about my hair, they're so irrelevant to my life in general. They have no bearing. But more specifically, I'm not in a relationship with any of them. So their opinion is totally moot. And the cherry on top is my man. My man, Mr. Hot Chocolate, loves my fro. Got his hands up in it, which I personally love. Ladies that wear wigs, you are missing out in the sensation of a man putting his hands in your hair. That is so sexy. Okay? It's really nice. And so Mr. Hot Chocolate loves my fro. I mean, I haven't actually dated a man who did not like my natural hair. You know, they saw my natural hair or whatever. I've never dealt with a man who didn't like it. You know, the men that I dealt with loved it and actually might ask for it more. And, you know, I remember I was dating someone in the UK. He loved my fro. So I always make sure when we're going on dates or meeting up, I always had it big and fluffy because that's what he really likes. So, versatility. Big shout out to Bella. Thank you, Mr. Oliver. I appreciate that. He says, your afro is absolutely beautiful and your hair is the crown for a queen. We love you just the way you are. Thank you so much, Oliver. Wow, that's a really nice compliment. Shout outs to this black man who's okay with the natural hair. Yes. Shout outs to you because I'm at a loss because it's like, bruh, how can you have a problem with someone being in their natural hair? I mean, do I look homeless? Do I look like, I mean, I know it's a little, it's late at night right now. I'm going to twist it up after this episode. But I'm like, do I look like unkempt? Do I look like, dangerous or a madman? There's some folks here on the streets that they call them mad. Like if they have like mental problems or, they're homeless here. We don't have a lot of that here in Ghana, but there are a few people. And literally, their hair is like matted. It looks like it's not been trimmed or washed or taken care of. My fro's not like that. And if you touch it, it's nice. It smells good. It's soft. You know what I'm saying? And when I go out, I put the little twist in it so I can get little waves. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro. But thank you, Mr. Oliver. I appreciate that. Ann Gore says, knew of one guy who said he would never date a black woman. He married a white woman who couldn't keep it closed when black men were around. She came home one day boasting about her exploits. He ended up, Kay, do you mean he deleted her? Is that what you mean? Whoa. Is that what you mean, Ann? Wow. Big shout outs. Sam says, gotta accept they've always been the weakest link. Janelle says, my son loves rocking his flow. Good for him. And I love brothers with the natural hair. Let me tell you. Oh, I love a little low froze. I love facial hair. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like I like men in their natural hair. It's so sexy. And like I saw there's a guy at my gym who's got a really big fro. I had to tell him. I was like, look, that fro. Because I mean, I couldn't barely concentrate. He looked so sexy in his fro. Like, we don't realize how sexy natural hair really is. Like, only if you're having complexes, like you haven't been able to embrace it. But I'm pretty sure ladies that wear their natural hair, you get to a point where you're just like, wow, this is beautiful. Like when you do your hair, when you see yourself, you see your reflection, and it makes you look youthful as well. Like a lot of these wigs and hairstyles, they age you. You know what I mean? When you wear your fro or your dreads or your natural style, it really, really takes years off. And I think even it's better for your skin because, like, I don't know, some of the ladies can probably relate. If you relate, just let me see a number one in the chat room. When you wear braids and stuff like that, sometimes you might get like a little pimples on your skin, or, you're keeping that style in your hair for several weeks or a month, and it might get, dirty or have odors, or you need to, look after it and stuff like that. So I feel like you're more fresh when you wear your own hair. You know what I mean? Because it's like And naturally our hair grows towards the sun. So it's not on your cheeks. It's not on your body. It's fluffy. It's in the wind. You know what I mean? So natural hair is amazing. I would really encourage women and men that, do your thing with your hair. You know, do it when you can, because for some people you might lose your hair. You might get receding hair loss and stuff as we get older. You never know. So do your fro. That was one of the reasons I decided to go, start wearing my afro out more. And that was in 2018. Yeah. I remember I came back from Greece, which I went there for my birthday in 2018. I went to Greece. I went to Mykonos. It was amazing, nice vacation. I came back to the UK and I had in some pink braids. Y'all know I like pink. So I had some pink braids in. And I said, you know what? I was having some scheduling conflicts. That was another thing. I was having scheduling conflicts with my hairdresser. And it was like, I only had a couple, I had like 2 days off of work, and then she's not available that day. And then if you go and you're getting your hair braided, it takes like hours. And I just was like, you know what? When I get back from Greece, I'm taking my hair down, and that's it. And those of you guys that know, when I'm in the UK, I primarily wear my natural hair because I just can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered with the rigmarole of going to shop. Here it's very convenient. I can just anytime get my hair done, anywhere, anyhow. I don't have to go look for hairdressers. They're all around me. I'm in Africa. So, everybody knows how to braid. Everybody knows how to do this. Everybody knows how, handle afro hair. Versus in the West, you got to look for a salon, travel to salon. They're charging crazy prices. Time control, it's so involved. So I just started wearing my fro out. I just started wearing my fro. And ever since then, and we're on summer break right now. I've been extremely busy with music videos, award shows, and all that. Obviously, I will do my hair before the South Africa award show in August. And, I have some other events before that. So I'll, do my hair, or if I go on the radio or whatever. But, right now we on summer break. Fro is out. Fro is out. What's up, Fitzroy? Big shout outs to the family. He says, good night. Please do you, SMP and B1. Big shout outs to Fitzroy. Yeah, the show on O'Shea's channel was really excellent. I believe the title is Across Becoming the New Atlanta, or Ghana's Becoming a New Atlanta, something like that. It's on the Kangana channel, so you guys should go check it out. It was a really good video and tastefully done, a great conversation. So big shout outs to O'Shea. Wow, I can't believe he did that. Oh my God. But he knew that she was loose. Like, bro, I don't know. People just don't want to accept. Listen, pro tip. Hello. If you are dealing with someone and they're not trustworthy, okay, they're very promiscuous, or they're kind of sneaky or whatever, you're dating them. Hello. Marrying them is not a wise choice. They're not going to change when you put the ring on. They're not going to change when they give birth. People have in their mind, okay, well, he or she's young right now, or he or she's unmarried, and they're just, when we get married, when we have kids, they'll calm down. No. Okay. Take them at face value. Ladies, pro tip. If a man tells you he doesn't want to get married, or he doesn't want kids, or he doesn't want this, or he doesn't want that, that's what you need to accept. Okay, don't get thinking that, oh, well, he says that now, but once he's with me, he'll change his mind, and after the baby, and after we date, and no. Pro tip. Ghana edition. If you come here to Ghana and your man or lady is telling you, oh, I really want to live in America, I really want to move to the UK, and you're telling them, well, hey, I live here in Africa. Hello. Pro tip. Accept it and move on. Okay? Millions of other people here. I know you might like that one. You might think that they're just You know, they might just be, you know, the sugar in your tea or coffee, whatever. But trust me, you're going to make your path much more difficult if you don't want to accept things for as they are. People got what red flags waving bright as day, and folks are going to proceed with them. And then when situations get out of hand, now see, this man knew that this woman was loose. I know the type, Ann, that they just, you know, they put these white ladies on pedestals. They can't do any wrong. Again, the red flags is waving. This lady, she's probably like Kim Kardashian. You know, Kim Kardashian made a statement when before she ever even got married, when she was like a teenager, saying that she wanted to have mixed race kids. And so she made a strategic decision to date black men until she got what she wanted. And after she got what she wanted and divorced Kanye, who was the first thing? What was the first thing that she went to get? The white man. Excuse me. The white man. Her decision to, you know, have interracial relationships was motivated by the fact that she wanted mixed race kids. It had nothing to do with those guys. You know, they, as you could see, they could be interchanged with any other black man because all she needed was a black man. Big shout outs to the family. Kathy in the building. She says, how long have you been in Ghana? 3 good years, Kathy. I moved to Ghana in 2020 following the lockdowns, the COVID lockdowns. I do travel very often. I'm a world traveler and things like that, but I live here and base here in Ghana. So yes, welcome to the channel. I assume you're new. So yeah, you know, are black men ready? Are y'all ready for this fro? Huh? Y'all complain about the wigs. Now, if I had a wig on O'Shea's channel, them same dudes would be talking about the wig. You know? And, excuse me. And the thing is that, guys, another pro tip. I'm just dropping gems today. You guys should definitely show some love. I'm dropping gems. Don't forget, we are fundraising for the South Africa Award Program. Hello. Yes. Send your votes. Send your support on the GoFundMe. Cop the new EP. Shop at the website. Okay? Until we start promoting our own beauty, hello, our own culture, our own African nations, our own everything, until we start promoting it and making it look good. I remind you guys, thank you so much, Janelle. Janelle heard me. Thank you. Janelle always supports, though. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Going into the South Africa Fund. Yes, guys, I can't fly there on a broomstick. I know some of you guys might think that you might think I'm a witch. I don't know, but I can't fly there on a broomstick. I need an airplane, and I gotta get a ticket, and and my makeup artist needs a visa. We need a lot of stuff. So please, 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 please be supportive. We have a lot of people on this channel. You don't even have to donate a lot as long as everybody is doing their share. We can easily raise the funds, and it's for a good cause, and y'all know I'm good for it. So, but anyway, I talked about in a previous live stream how I make Ghana look good. I make Kente look good. I make the concept of moving here, living here, you know, look good. You know, there's not a person who would look at me as the African superstar and say, I don't want to go to Ghana. That place is crazy. I don't want to go over there. It's just drama. Oh, wow. Look at no, there's not a person that would ever get that impression from my media. And it's all strategic. I want to promote the continent. I want to promote our people. So I'm strategic about that. And we don't get it. You know, we criticize these elements of our people, the sickness of our people. Okay. The fact that a lot of black women or black men are not comfortable with their natural hair is deeply embedded in trauma. Okay. Our hair has been scrutinized. We've been punished. You know, we've been ostracized and every other, you know, name in the book for wearing natural hair. Okay. In addition to watching our people pedestalize people that don't look like us and don't have our same hair. So a lot of our people have tried to adapt to that. And since their natural hair was not acceptable or deemed beautiful or whatever, they have not been comfortable enough to wear it, right? So now we have our own means of media, okay, via social media. We have control over how we project ourselves and what we want to see. And this should be synonymous with our wish. You know, I can't get on here and tell ladies about their natural hair if I'm not comfortable wearing my own. You know, I would be what's the name of that? Hypocrite. I'd be a hypocrite, wouldn't I? Because that's what you guys would say. You guys would be like, well, Gina's talking about natural hair. We've never even seen her. We don't even know what her hair looks like underneath the braids and, you know, blah, blah, blah. That's why it's a conscious choice on my decision, on my platform, that you see me in all different shapes and forms. Okay? Sometimes you see me in my bonnet. Sometimes you see me in my house dress. And other times you see me on the red carpet. Hello. Other times you see me rocking the African Superstar, you know, clothing from my website. I'm showing myself as transparent as possible because I practice what I preach. You know, and again, getting in touch with you, yourself, is such a revolutionary thing. If you have never done it, do it while you can, because it's such a revolutionary thing. You know, our hair is very fascinating. This Afro hair, nobody else's hair does this. Only our hair does it. It's just absolutely unbelievable. And sometimes I see massive froze, like huge froze. And it's just like, wow. I mean, it literally makes you want to touch it. Like, and you just watch it, stare. It's just like, wow. You know, it's just so fascinating. Our hair is unlike anybody else. And imagine that we would just cover it up all the time. And I know some ladies, they do have a lot of hair. They have thick hair. So for them, they feel like it's more convenient. Okay, if I just, you know, wear this wig on top of my hair, or, you know, I get a sew-in or a braid so I can just get up and go. That's cool. But I really, really encourage you to get the sensation of wearing your natural hair sometime. You know, if you have children as well, or young people around you, it's also very prolific for them to see us adults doing that, because that also conveys the message to them that they can also wear their natural hair, you know, or that it's pretty, you know, or whatever, or soft or whatever, you know, they get that subliminally by watching you be comfortable wearing your natural hair or natural styles or whatever. You know, and it's as if we don't understand how to turn this around, the situation we're in. The way we turn it around is by being strategic. Okay? We want Black women to be comfortable in their natural hair. They need to see images of that portrayed. They need to receive praise, and, you know, for it to be attractive and things. They need to see the demand. That's what's going to motivate them to want to wear their hair. You know, if the hottest dudes in Hollywood or the hottest rappers or celebrities or whatever all rolling around with girls in afros and dreadlocks in their hair, guess what the new hot style is going to be? But guess what them dudes is running around with a lot of times? Ladies that's wigged up, non-Black women with that type of hair. You know what I'm saying? Which one of these rappers got a lady with an afro? Now, you know, the dance hall folks and stuff, a lot of them, they wear the dreadlocks and stuff like that. But let's be real. So if you have a platform, what are you doing to either contribute to our people being in tune with themselves and being comfortable, or are you tearing them down? Are you potentially discouraging people from wanting to do that? Big shout out to family. I'm about to wrap up soon. Bella says the men should just say they don't love themselves. No, they project it onto us. But, you know, that's not uncommon. A lot of people do that. A lot of people project their own insecurities onto someone else. because they couldn't walk around with maybe a fro. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they wouldn't feel comfortable in that, wearing their natural hair or whatever. Make sure you guys are doing the code. Hit the likes, support the stream, and our mission statement: strategy, maturity, and patience. S.A. Smith says some men say they want natural, but then they entertain the opposite, and that confuses women. Absolutely. And I touched on that at the beginning of this stream. That's the case that I always saw. You know, growing up, guys would be talking about they didn't want weaves and they didn't like girls with long nails and all that kind of stuff. And then the women that they would get pregnant or be dating, kicking it on the low, that's exactly what they were after. And now modern day, we see them, they criticize, for instance, these Instagram models. They criticize these girls going to get the BBLs, and they criticize the women with the wigs and the tattoos and looking kind of thottish and looking kind of like, but that's who they being. That's who they want to hook up with. You know, even black men that talk about black love, for instance, that are not participating in it. Unbelievable. It's just like, bruh, you are in the public eye. Like Dr. Umar. I'm like, you're in the public eye. You talk about relationships all the time, yet and still, you don't have your own example. What is up with that? But I know we're in a day and age where people don't really check the track record. That's not really important to people because that's very important to me. I'm not taking advice from any person who can't show me a track record. You know, I'm not taking relationship advice from any of you struggle life advisors. No, you bitter ladies that don't have anybody, you bitter fellas that don't have anybody, nobody's good enough for you. You know, I would never ever listen to you in regards to relationships or anything else, really. You know, if you don't have a track record, I'm not interested in your opinion. You know, you guys can feel comfortable with me, the things I talk about, because I got a track record. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. So a big shout out to the family. Bella says women should just wear their hair how they like because there is no pleasing these men. They will never be satisfied. Isasa says Dr. Umar and his wives. Bella says they like everything fake. They just pretend that they don't because they don't want to pay for it. Hey, that's real talk too. All right, family. Yes. So we've come to the end of the live stream. That's today's topic. Big shout outs to Janelle on that super chat, the one and only super chat of the video. Yes. Please, guys, again, I'm reminding you, put in your votes, put in your support on the GoFundMe. Votes close on the 11th of July. So we have less than a month left, and the competition is steep. Okay, thanks to Michelle with her votes yesterday, we were able to take the #1 position. But the runner up, his team is on it. I gotta admit, I'm checking every day, and the votes are going up every day for him. So we have a little bit of a lead right now, but that doesn't mean it can't change. So I need you guys to show tangible support. Yes, votes, GoFundMe, brand new EP. The EP is dropping on June 26th. Yes, my birthday, 8 new tracks. I'm going to the studio on Monday to complete the rest of the tracks of the EP, so it's going to be ready and rocking. I am planning to do an online listening party. I'm not sure exactly what day I'm going to do it, either Monday or Tuesday next week. After, obviously, I go to the studio and finish the remaining tracks. And, I'll give you guys a little snippet of some of the other tracks that are on the EP. It's a total of 8 tracks. So the pre-order is now available. You can go ahead and get 2 of those tracks up front, and the other ones will drop on June 26th. Okay, family? All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and all of your participation. I got to give it to y'all. We had good participation in the chat room tonight. Yes. Because lately, we'll be having lots of you watching and only a couple of you guys contributing to the conversation. So I definitely appreciate those of you that have done that. Oliver says, latest science discovery claims kinky hair increases intelligence. Check it out. I wouldn't be surprised because, I mean, with all the like smoke around natural hair, boy, it takes a certain individual to bring it out. Lovely Brown says, it doesn't matter if they're ready, it's on our heads and they don't like it. Oh well. I mean, they gonna get that. In my case, you gonna get what I give you anyway. You know, but I'm talking about this overall because I do realize that there are a lot of people that might be deterred, you know, because they don't want the clapback from society. They don't want the smart comments or the negativity or the, oh, I don't like your hair like that and this and that. Because I be thinking to myself, like, unless I ask you, huh? If I ask you as a friend, hey, do you like my hairstyle? That's when I want to hear about it. Okay. But if you just roll up to me, oh, I don't really like that. I really like when you wear your hair like, hello, did I ask you? Did I ask you? And if you're a man and you're not my man, then, I mean, at the end of the day, your opinion is kind of moot. Because Mr. Hot Chocolate, like I said, he be having his hands up in the fro, and I like that. So I'm going to go with what he likes. You feel me? Yes. So big shout outs to the African Superstar family. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up. I see now y'all go from one extreme to the next, huh? Y'all, you know, one day there's no comments in the chat room, and the next day y'all commenting up to the end when I said I'm done, y'all still throwing comments in there. Yeah, they do, like, especially here in Ghana. I mean, the men here in Ghana, they love natural hair. I swear to God, they do. I feel like a rock star when I wear my fro. They love it. The guys I've dated, they love it. I mean, I've never had anybody here say, oh, you know, no male tell me I need to go do my hair or anything like that if I'm wearing my fro. Like, never. Only dudes from the West got smoke for natural hair. You know, some of them. There are some men that they do love natural hair in the West too, because they know you guys be like, no, not all men. I know, duh. It goes without saying. I don't need to say all. Okay, I'm not absolute. There's always both sides of the coin. It's obvious, but I've had no clapback here from men in Africa about natural hair. They're always moaning that they want natural hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, they prefer natural hair. They think it looks more beautiful. That's been my experience, and it's being echoed in the chat room as well from other ladies that have been here and or dated men here or whatever. So it is what it is. Okay? All right. He says that you can keep on talking on the replay. I'm done. I'm going home now. I mean, I'm going off of the line. Sorry, y'all see it's late. It's late over here. It's 2 a.m. It's just I needed to capture this video after O'Shea's video, and he'd be up all night long making videos. So yes. All right, family. I will see you guys all again very soon. Since we have some new viewers, I just want to make sure that you guys see my most recent music video, which is here on YouTube. It is called Beach Chill. So get a little bit of these visuals. One and only. I'm back again. African Superstar on the track. It's the weekend, and ain't no place I'd rather be than here with you, and you here with me. Yeah. Got the sauce, boy. It's a beach chill. You ain't gotta lie, come close and keep it real. Swear to God, already know how you feel. It's a beach chill. It's a beach chill. You ain't gotta lie, come close and keep it real. Swear to God, already know how you feel. It's a beach chill. Yes, and for you guys that don't know, that's my man, Mr. Hot Chocolate. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Big shout out to the African Superstar family. So yeah, if you have not yet seen Beach Chill, it's here on YouTube, and that's one of the tracks you'll actually get when you get the pre-order or the EP. The EP is coming out soon, guys. The full EP is going to be available on the 26th. For those of you guys that still haven't got your, I don't know. I think you guys are just waiting for the full EP. Some of you have already got your pre-order. So big shout out to the African Superstar family. Okay. All right. You say so. I'm done. We're going home. We're done. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.